I'm feeling better each week, and I also had my first midwife appointment this week. Hello and welcome back to my channel. So we're having not a coffee today, but just a very weak Milo because I still can't really stomach coffee at this stage, but I just felt like a hot beverage. If it is your first time here, welcome. I'm Elmain. I make motherhood, lifestyle and motivational content both here on YouTube and on my website and blog. This is my second pregnancy, and baby number 2 is definitely giving me a whole new perspective on pregnancy. I still thought that I kind of knew what to expect, seeing that I've been pregnant before, I've had a baby before, but oh my word, was I wrong. I use the Pregnancy Plus app, and let's see what the app has to say this week. Baby is 13 centimeters long and weighs 140 grams. The veins that I've been showing through your baby's skin are becoming less obvious as fat formation begins. Even though your baby has had taste buds for quite some time, it is only now that they can make out the differences in flavor. Your baby is around the same size as the placenta, and the little heart is busy pumping 25 quarts of blood a day. The meconium, the first bowel movement your baby will have after birth, is forming in your little one's bowel. Your baby is big enough to fit into the palm of your hand and is about the size of an orange. Your baby's brain is constantly communicating with the nervous system and muscles, and you are more likely to feel movements now. So let's quickly dive into the symptoms I've had in the previous week and how those symptoms are right now. I'm going to keep this quite short because I've talked about them quite extensively in the previous updates. So if you want to go and have a look at that, please head on over to my pregnancy and birth playlist. So let's talk about my sciatic pain quickly. I practically have no pain with my day-to-day tasks at the moment, and the chiropractor and the adjustments that he's been doing has been a complete success. My sinus that I was dealing with, especially during the evenings, has definitely started to improve slowly, and I've actually stopped taking one of my nose drops that my GP prescribed because I just feel like I can manage without it at this stage. And as I start feeling better, I'll definitely start taking less and less meds for it. My appetite has improved quite a bit, and this has improved to the point where I've been so ravenous some days that I did realize I'm gonna have to be very conscious of when I'm actually hungry and when it is thirst that is causing hunger in my brain or in my body. And I've just been very conscious of what I've been eating, when I've been eating, also for it not to trigger my heartburn any more than what I already have to deal with. In terms of my nausea, I don't have morning sickness anymore, not in the morning and not throughout the day. I still have some food aversions, still mostly meat, poultry and fish, and I do get a little bit nauseous when I'm cooking, especially when I'm cooking on the stove. So we've been mainly eating either fresh meals or oven baked meals. I'm not someone who suffers from heartburn when I'm not pregnant, so it's one of those little annoying symptoms I've been having. It's totally manageable and I can deal with it, but it's just not something that I'm used to. So I am still struggling with that. It does get worse with when and what I eat, but I've been trying just to keep control over it as much as I can, and when I really need to, I will take something for it. In terms of my acne and my dry skin, as I said last week, I still have 1 or 2 little spots that's healing, but other than that, that is completely under control. My weight has been pretty stable. I haven't lost any and I haven't picked up any weight this week, and I do think that is because my appetite has improved. Mentally, I'm in a really good space. I'm feeling so much better. If you know how I've been feeling, and if you watched some of the earlier videos, you might have even noticed that I was a little bit more down, and that I just wasn't feeling like myself. So this video I'm actually shooting a few days after I went into week 16, because I wanted to give you an update on my first checkup with my midwife. I had a checkup with her and I wanted to ask her a few questions and just start discussing my birth plan, even though it is still very early. My midwife does not perform any scans, so none of that happened this week, but she did check for the baby's heartbeat with a Doppler, which she didn't find. And any parent would know if you're pregnant with your first baby or your second, or however many kids you are planning to have. If you don't hear the heartbeat on a Doppler, it is worrying. You do have that in the back of your mind, and you can easily start panicking. And believe me, it has been something that has been bugging me a little bit, and it has been in the back of my mind. However, my midwife did not show any concern whatsoever, because she did not find the heartbeat. And I think the reason for that is, one, because I have an anterior placenta, and that can cause you to only pick up the heartbeat of the baby a little bit later when they're a little bit bigger and stronger. So that's the first thing which could have caused us to not find the heartbeat. And the second reason I'm not too worried is because the baby did kick a hell of a lot, and there was a lot of movement which we could hear and picked up through the Doppler. So those things considered, I'm trying not to let this worry me. I only have my next scan at 20 weeks, and I've got my next midwife appointment on the same day. So I think I'll only get peace of mind completely by then, when we do a scan and we do the Doppler again. But for now, I'm not gonna let this get me down because I've been feeling so good and there hasn't been any other signs of concern. The rest of the checkup went very well. She checked my blood pressure and my fundal height, and she also did a urine test. All of that was absolutely perfect. I couldn't have asked for better, and I believe it will stay that way for the rest of this pregnancy, allowing me to have another low-risk pregnancy like I did with my first boy. I did mention to her the weight loss that I have been experiencing in the first trimester up to basically week 16, the end of week 15, and she was pretty happy with that. She didn't say that she had any concerns, especially because I had exactly the same during my first pregnancy. Another thing that we discussed was the fact that my cycle is much longer than normal, and it's something that we did not discuss during my first pregnancy, which I'm not 100% sure why we didn't. But this time around, it was quite funny because she was so surprised that I was able to get pregnant this time around with a cycle that lasts between 34 to like 40 days each month. But this time around we know better, we've got more information, so we're going to take my cycle into consideration, making sure that I don't feel stressed and pressured to go into labor by week 40 if I'm not actually in week 40. So my due date, at earliest, my due date will be the 16th of September, but I only really expect baby to come around the 22nd of September. The last matter that I wanted to discuss with her was where I'm going to give birth. If you know me at all, you would know that my first choice for giving birth will probably always be at home, in my comfort zone, in my space where I'm free to do pretty much what I want when I want, and that would be my first choice. However, my backup doctor did say that he would prefer me rather giving birth at either a birth center or at a hospital, just because this is my first VBAC. Both my doctor and my midwife know that my cesarean section with my first pregnancy and birth was not at all caused by the fact that I was at home. Neither myself or my baby was in danger in any way by the time we decided to go to hospital for a C-section, and that is why I'm pretty comfortable to have a home birth again. I do understand and I do respect their concerns, but I just want us to look at all the aspects and make sure that we're making the best choice for this baby number 2 and how this baby is going to come into the world. And if I, back then, 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago, if I had the opportunity to make different choices or to choose again what I would have done back then, I would make exactly the same decisions. I would still have a home birth. So all in all, my midwife agrees with my doctor and she would prefer me to be in either a birth center or a hospital, which I'm not thrilled about, but if that's the way it needs to be, it will be that way, and I will make peace with it, accept it, and I would happily have my baby there if it is necessary. However, I don't see this as the end of our discussion around this matter. I don't believe that the matter is closed just yet. I want to do a little bit more research and just look into VBACs more, and really with me, if I have a low risk pregnancy for the rest of the time that's left, I don't foresee any problems with my birth. I know there's no way to say that 100% confidently and to know that there won't be any risk or any danger in that, but along with my doctor and my midwife, I would like to really be given a chance to have the birth that I think me and my baby deserves, and still what is safe for both of us. Sorry, I'm rambling about this so much now, but it is something that's so close to my heart, and I really, it's such an amazing experience. And I remember with my first labor, being at home, being in my space, it just being me and Niku, no monitors, no people coming in and out of the room the whole time. All of that was just, it was so calm and it was so serene, and I want that again. I know I'm obviously going to be in labor for some time at home, but if I can have that experience and that chance again to birth at home, I would really like to be given that and not have it taken away because of a very, very small percentage of a chance that there might be something that can go wrong. And obviously, with the entire world being in this pandemic, I've got concerns about being in a birth center, being in a hospital. It's not really places that I want to be right now. I obviously would choose a birth center over a hospital, but even that is still not my first choice if I can safely have my baby at home. Safely meaning without putting myself and the baby at risk because it's a VBAC, and also safely because there isn't exposure to so many other people and to such a different environment. Anyway, I'm not gonna keep going on about this for any longer. I will keep you updated on the matter and how it develops, and yes, just you're gonna have to just bear with me for the upcoming weeks of this pregnancy, because this isn't a decision that I think is gonna be made in the next few weeks. I think it's most likely only gonna be made around week 30, where myself along with my midwife and doctor can say that we safely feel that I can have my baby at home or not. And with that, I'm going to end week 16's update. I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you have any comments or questions, please leave it down in the comment section of this video here on YouTube, or you're welcome to go and leave your questions or comments on Instagram. I'm also giving some updates over there. If you found this video helpful, please like and share it. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already, to keep up with not only my pregnancy updates but with my life as a mom. And as I start feeling better, I can do more and more normal mom things again, and I'm hoping that you're going to enjoy those videos as they come as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Sending you so much love and good vibes. Bye guys.